If you're someone who struggles to be disciplined in one or more areas of your life that you're looking to generate some extraordinary results in, I've got a simple mind trick that's gonna help you solve that. So the craziest thing happened to me a few years ago. I was back visiting my family in Outback Australia on the farm that I grew up on. Early morning, no one else up, getting my workout done. Wasn't really feeling it that day, but I was just getting it done anyway. Got my water bottle, had a drink. As I put it back down, flash of insight came out of nowhere that many of us choose short-term freedom that results in long-term pain rather than choosing long-term freedom that requires some form of short-term pain along the way. Now, short-term freedom in that moment would have been me not doing the workout because I wasn't really feeling it. Short-term freedom in other examples could be choosing something else rather than the work you know you need to get done at the expense of your long-term dream career. It could be eating the food that you know that's not good for you at the expense of your long-term health and well-being. It could be buying something that you don't really want or need at the expense of your long-term financial freedom. It takes real courage and commitment to align and make decisions based on the future version of yourself. And so whenever you are struggling to be disciplined in a specific area of your life, you've now got a simple trick to be able to switch from short-term freedom to long-term freedom. In that moment, simply say to yourself, this is me choosing long-term freedom. Now, there are these moments that you have where you're about to make the decision based on either short-term freedom or long-term freedom. You can, in those moments, be consciously aware of what's going on, and then in that moment, say to yourself, this is me choosing long-term freedom, and then take the action, knowing that the action that you're taking is aligned to the future version of yourself. A couple of things that can help here. If you need to take a moment to align and attach yourself to the future version of yourself, the long-term freedom that you're ideally wanting to choose here, then take that moment. You can do it in a way where you visualize. Close your eyes. Notice what it's like to experience that. Notice how it feels. Notice what people are saying to you. Notice what you're saying to yourself. How good it feels to have chosen along the way the decisions that led you to where you are now. The second way is to ask questions that align the short-term action that you're taking to the long-term freedom that you're wanting to align to. Simple questions of, okay, I'm going to choose this action. What's the result of that? And what's that going to lead to? And what's the ultimate purpose of doing all of that? It leads to the long-term outcome, the long-term freedom that I'm aiming to experience in my life. Doing that, attaching the short-term to the long-term, because that's usually what's going on, is that the short-term action that you're taking that may be the short-term freedom, but it's going to be at the cost or the expense where it is long-term pain in the future, is that we've shut off, we've severed the line between short-term and long-term. You want to reconnect that to ensure that the decisions that you're making are lining up to the greatest version of yourself in the future. One other thing I wanted to mention here is that if you can find a sense of joy or at least some sense of peace in the action that you've got to take that might, have a sense of discomfort or pain associated to it in the short term, but it's lined up to the long-term future version of yourself. If you can find that sense of joy or find a sense of peace in there, that's a winning combination, because then you've got the long-term and the short-term taken care of, working towards your success. So an example here is the language that you're utilizing when you're doing the action or about to do the action. Hey, this is an opportunity for me to show and really demonstrate my discipline, really being committed to the future version of myself. This is me being courageous. This is me finding beauty in any moment, no matter what comes my way. This is me showing that I'm capable of overcoming any obstacle. The language that you're utilizing with yourself can help you to see that this is an opportunity for growth. This is an opportunity to experience something. This is an opportunity for you to demonstrate your strength, to demonstrate your discipline, to demonstrate the commitment that you have to the future version of yourself. What other questions do you have around this topic of discipline? Post them in the comments below. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for future videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.